Okay, bestie, pull up a chair because we need to talk about Teyana Taylor. And listen, before y'all come for me in the comments, I'm just here to break down what happened because this story, it's a whole roller coaster, honey. So let's get into it. Now, back in the 2000s, Teyana Taylor came onto the scene with mad potential. Like, we're talking charisma for days, style that was unmatched, and she had industry legends backing her up. The media was hyping her up left and right, calling her the next big thing. Like, this girl was supposed to be a chart topper, you feel me? But here's the tea, and I cannot stress this enough. Just because you got potential doesn't mean the industry is gonna work in your favor. That machine is unpredictable, bestie. While all her peers were getting radio play and their songs were everywhere, Teyana, she was out here struggling to find that consistent success. And even with her latest album, it flopped. And this was after she started dating actor Aaron Pierre, which, a lot of people are saying was just a PR move, but we'll get to that mess later. So let's rewind and talk about where Teyana came from. This girl is straight out of Harlem, New York, and she came with all the ambition and drive you could imagine. She was raised on hip-hop and R&B culture, and she wasn't just about the music. She could dance, she had style, she had that whole package. People who knew her back then said she had that natural star power. Like, she was the girl who could walk into any room and just outshine everybody. You know the type. Now her talent caught the attention of Pharrell Williams. Yes, that Pharrell. And he signed her to his Star Trak entertainment imprint. And y'all, their relationship was really close. She used to call him Pops, and he called her Skateboard T. Like, that's cute, right? It felt like family, like real mentorship vibes. Her whole image was about being authentic, having that raw street style that fit perfectly with that 2000s MySpace era. If you remember that time, you know what I'm talking about. So Teyana gets her first big moment of visibility from MTV's My Super Sweet 16. Remember that show? Iconic. Then in 2008, she drops her debut single called Google Me. Now, the song did okay. It peaked at number 90 on the Billboard R&B hip-hop chart. Not bad for a first single, right? Like, it was a small success that made people think bigger things were coming. But behind the scenes, everything was falling apart with Pharrell. So here's where it gets messy. Teyana said she idolized Pharrell, like he was everything to her. But she felt completely betrayed because he didn't protect her from all the career mismanagement that was happening. And apparently, Pharrell's just too passive, you know? He let other people interfere and mess things up. And that broke their whole bond. And it wasn't just her. Other artists on Star Trak like Kelly's came out talking about financial deception and neglect. Like, there were real issues with how that label was being run. The worst part? Teyana's debut album never even came out. Like, they just didn't release it. And that killed all her momentum. Meanwhile, artists like Rihanna were out here soaring to superstardom. You know, that had to hurt. Fast forward to 2012, and Teyana gets another shot. She signs with Kanye West's Good Music label. This was supposed to be her redemption arc, bestie. She appeared on the Cruel Summer compilation, and she was surrounded by all these top artists. Things were looking up. Then in 2014, she finally releases her debut studio album called 7. That's the Roman numeral for 7. Critics loved it, but here's the problem. The label didn't really support it. The album debuted at number 19 on the Billboard 200, which isn't terrible, but then it just faded. Like, no promo, no push, nothing. Now 2016 is when Teyana has this massive moment. Kanye's Fade music video drops, and she's in it with her husband Iman Shumpert, and y'all, she ate. Like, her performance in that video was stunning. The video went viral, everybody was talking about Teyana, and she's thinking, okay, this is my moment. Let me drop new music while I have all this attention. But Kanye, he delayed everything. Like, you cannot make this up. Her sophomore album, KTSE, doesn't come out until 2018, and by then, the momentum was gone. Plus, fans were really divided over the album because of its sexual themes. So there's this one song on the album where she basically reveals that she and Iman have an open relationship. And bestie, the fans were not having it. The criticism was heavy. Teyana had to go on Twitter and clap back, defending her sexuality and her lifestyle. Like, she was out here in the trenches fighting with fans. She even admitted later that she was the one who initiated their threesomes, which, okay, you do you, sis. But that just brought more gossip than actual music acclaim. Like, people were talking about her personal life more than the actual songs. And despite all that attention, KTSE only reached number 17 on the charts. Another commercial disappointment. So at this point, Teyana turns to reality TV to keep her career alive. She and Iman star in this show called Teyana and Iman in 2018, but it got canceled after just 6 episodes, and there were all these cheating rumors swirling around. They welcomed their second daughter, Rue, in 2020. That's beautiful, but the relationship was clearly going through it. Then they come back with another show in 2021 called We Got Love, Teyana and Iman. The first season did pretty well, but they didn't get renewed for a second season. And that just fueled even more breakup rumors. Like, you could see the writing on the wall. The marriage with Iman was dealing with infidelity, jealousy, money issues, just a whole mess. Teyana releases an album called The Album on Juneteenth 2020. And honestly, people were more interested in her pandemic release party than the actual music. You know they were wrong for that, but that's what happened. Then 5 months later, she announces she's retiring from music, citing burnout and lack of label support. Like, this girl was done. She went on Cam Newton's show Sip and Smoke and explained that she felt completely unseen and undervalued by like Kanye's label. So she stepped back for her mental health and for her family. Can't even be mad at that, honestly. She started focusing more on acting instead and starred in this 2023 film called 1001. In 2023, she confirms what we all knew was coming. She and Iman are separating. She said she wanted it to be amicable, but bestie, it turned messy. Their divorce finally got finalized in 2024. And you know there was drama in between all that. Now we're getting to the juicy part. In early 2025, Teyana starts getting linked to actor Aaron Pierre. They make their relationship public at the 2025 Oscars. Very Hollywood, very strategic if you ask me. Then they show up together at Aaron's 31st birthday party in June. He even appears in her 2025 music video for a song called Long Time. Like, they were really pushing this relationship in the public eye. So on August 22nd, 2025, Teyana releases a new album called Escape Room under her own label, Tailor-Made Enterprises. She's independent now, she's doing her own thing, but bestie, it debuted at number 67 on the Billboard chart. 67. That is another commercial failure, despite all the PR buzz around her and Aaron. And this is where people really started calling it out. A lot of folks believe her relationship with Aaron was just a publicity stunt to revive her fading career. Now look, we know celebrity couples get together for PR sometimes. That's not new. But this one, it didn't even work. Aaron's a rising star, sure, but he didn't have the level of fame needed to actually elevate Teyana's career. Like, the math wasn't mathing. The whole thing seemed more like a spectacle than actual genuine chemistry, and fans could sense it. The skepticism was real. Critics started pointing out that Teyana was relying too much on publicity stunts instead of actual artistic growth. And audiences, they could sense the desperation. People were questioning her motives, wondering if any of it was real. Without a hit song or a viral moment that was actually about the music, the relationship didn't convert any of that buzz into actual success. It just fell flat. So here's where we're at. Despite all her talent, and y'all, she is talented, despite all her hard work, Teyana's career is just stagnant. Her music keeps taking a backseat to gossip about her love life and her sexual openness. Like, that's what people talk about instead of her artistry. She's still out here fighting for recognition as a respected R&B artist, and you gotta respect the hustle. But whether she's ever gonna achieve that spotlight she's been chasing for all these years, only time will tell, bestie. So that's the tea on Teyana Taylor. What do y'all think? Was the Aaron Pierre relationship real or PR? Did the labels do her dirty, or did she make some wrong moves herself? Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe because we got more celebrity deep dives coming your way. All right, y'all, I'll catch you in the next one.
Just wait a goddamn minute. Why am I so late to the party? Why didn't I know about Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa, and Teyana Taylor? Baby, what? Oh, you're gonna love me. That shit looks so divine. It's almost look like they was made for each other. Them motherfucking pictures look like they're supposed to be in an art museum. Like, that shit looks so fucking French kick. I am here for it. I am here for it. That gotta be the reason why Lori was like, nah, I'm cool on him. Because you know Lori is not turning down no new baby. She would have ate it up real quick. Oh, I'm just here for it. They look so damn good together. Like,
now, I can't say I'm mad. I might even be happy. But damn, another one bites the dust. And I can't be mad because I can't fight. I can't fight.